Hey guys, welcome back to Quickpro Designs. Anyways, today I just want to go over how important some of the tools in CorelDraw is, or should I say the tools that I find most important. So I have a few. It's the pick tool, transparency tool, color picker or color eyedropper tool, text tool, gradient, pen, shape, contour, shadow, common shapes, envelope, and crop tool. I think the best way to go through this is for us to maybe just maybe design something so that we can actually have something practical. So yeah, I've got this file already out. So yeah, let's jump into it. I don't want to waste much time. So yeah, so let's say we want to design this thing, and maybe okay. So let's say we want to jump into this, right? So first and foremost, I'm gonna look for the rectangle tool. I know I didn't put it in there, but I don't feel like it's most important because you can always create it with, like, let's say the pen tool, the common shapes tool and all. So let's create a rectangle. So I'll draw a rectangle, but obviously portrait. And then one of the things that I like to do is I like to round the edges. So if you want to round edges, once you create a shape, you're gonna see this here. So basically, let's say I deselect the shape, see, it goes away. Once you select the shape, it comes back. So for now, let's make it a 520. Okay, so as you can see, the shape is round edges, or should I say round corners. So what you want to do from then, now let's go into the gradient tool. So with the gradient tool, the shortcut is G, or you can always go down here and then you just leave your mouse on it. It will say interactive fill tool. So basically what you want to do is you want to click drag to the part where you want to make the color. So right now I just created a gradient. The default is normally black and white. So for now, as you can see, we have a black and white gradient. Or else I could drag from here to there to make it also straight. As you can see, depending on the direction that you drag to, that's how you're gonna get your gradient. So for now, I'm just gonna make it straight. And then so basically we're working with the colors on this design, right? So what you want to do is you want to click here, click on the color here, click that color picker tool here, and then maybe you just select this color here. Let's select the darkest part, and then you can always select the color, and then you click the other color, click on it, and then you click the color picker tool here, and then you just click there. So as you can see, we have a gradient similar to that, right? And then let's use the contour tool. So the contour tool, what you want to do is you want to come here, put it on it, and then if you can't find it, you can always click hold, and then you choose the contour tool. So what the contour tool does is, if I click drag in and out of any shape that we already have, it's going to create a contour, right? Once I leave it, I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, once I leave it, as you can see, it created a contour of the same shape, right? So what you want to do is the contour that it created, you want to right click on it and then choose break contour apart, right? Or you can click Control K to break them apart. So right now I'm going to click it, and as you can see, I can now drag it around you know, I can drag it around. And once you create a contour, it's also going to create a gradient, because you already created a gradient with the shape before you created the contour, right? So you can always change the gradient within the contour shape, right? And I also want to deselect the line around it. So what you want to do is you click the contour shape, and then you right click. You see that shape on top of all the colors, even at the bottom here. You can always right click on it, and then it takes the color away. So basically, right click is for the colors on the edges. So let's make an example. Right click, see, it puts that green around it, and then left click is for fill, for the color inside it. See, so this is right click, that's right click, and then this is left click, right? And then this icon here is to take the edges away when you left click on it. When you right click on it. And then when you left click on it, it takes the color within the inside of the shape, it takes it away as well. You can always go back and then you fill in. So right now what I want to do is take the outline away and then fill it with the color. So right now, let's say I want to fill it with okay, let's go with the same dark color, right? Okay, so now we've created our shape, and then in the inside we can see there's an orange color around it, right? So remember, right click, select your shape, right click on the color that you want to put on the edge, and then it gives you that color. And then what you can always do is, you see this icon around here, that's for your outline, how thick you want it. So right now I'm going to put it, maybe say it's on 2, I'm going to put it maybe on 4. Okay, as you can see, it's very vivid now, right? I like the thickness, so I'm going to leave it right there. So now let's go to the text tool. Alright, so the text tool, if you're looking for the text tool, it's right here. It's got an icon of A, the alphabet A, or what you can always do is click F8 for it, or you can just come and click it right here. So sorry for that. What you want to do is just click anywhere, just anywhere that you can start typing, as you can see, right? So what we want to do is we want to click there, right? And then we start typing. See, and what you, as a designer, one thing you must bear in mind is you always want to drag from the sides like this. You never want to drag from here like that. See, unless it's a shape. When you're working with text, never drag from within. You always drag from the edges, okay? You always drag from the edges, otherwise you're going to mess your text up. So I like to work with this font, Poppins. I like to work with that font. So right now I'm going to work with that, and then once I'm done typing that in, okay, so let's say for now I'm going to stick to maybe say 14 and then I'm just going to make it bold. It's too much. Let's deselect. Let's choose a medium of the poppin. Yeah, medium should work. Yeah, medium should work. I think that's fine for me. And then what you want to do is you want to Control C and then Control V, right? So what Control C does obviously is copy, and then Control V is paste, right? And then you hold Shift, drag down. Once you hold Shift, it's going to drag it in a straight line, up and down, or left and right, right? As you can see, right? So right now I want to bring it down, and then I change it, right? So this is what we want to do. Okay, so I am going to leave it, say 24, right? And then I'm going to copy paste this one again, right? Because what I want to do is I want to stick to the same type of font, so we don't make any you know, weird type of fonts throughout our design. Okay, as you can see, we're getting there. Okay, so this is where this tool comes in use when we're using the text. So once you have a text selected, you can always go to the shape tool. Once you select the shape tool, you see these icons pop up. So what you can do is you can drag it here like that, or you can drag it here like that. But that's going to be for another tutorial. Right now, what we want to do is we want to use it for this side and then adjust the text size, right? Yeah, I think right now I'm happy with it. And then what we want to do again, copy paste this text again, and then you just drag it down. See, let's check what font size this is. I'm just gonna make it 8. Gonna make that 8. Let's see. Okay, I'm happy with it, and then I'm gonna make this 8 as well. Then I'm gonna drag it a little bit up, and then we just type in the text that we want to use, and I'm going to stick to the text on the example that we're using. As you can see right here, the text is kind of almost grayish. So what we want to do is we select that and then we make it a little grayish. Let's try this one. Okay, yeah, I think I'm happy with this one. Okay, I think I'm happy with this one. Right now I think we're winning. I don't like the spacing. This one's got too much spacing, but since we trying to design that exactly, I'm going to stick to the same type of spacing. Okay, and then next thing what we want to do is we want to copy this font, or should I say this text right here. I'm just eyeing this, I'm not using much of the guidelines or anything. If you wanted to use the guidelines, you can always make sure your ruler is on, right? So basically this is your ruler right here. If I click on it, it goes off. Click on it, it turns on. Then you drag from the ruler to get your guidelines. See, if I drag from here as well, I get my guidelines. So let's say we're using guidelines, right? I'm gonna stick to there. And then one thing you want to do once your guidelines are on is you want to go click on snap tool and then make sure all these things are checked here, so that so for instance everything is checked. Snap to guidelines is checked, so if I drag anything, it snaps to the guideline. See, so this one too, let's snap it to the guideline. Let's zoom in a little bit and then just, yeah, let's not, I'll just leave it like that. So what we want to do is basically get all this text down, right? I just want to do this so you guys can actually see, you know, an actual design, how you go on about making a design, and a very neat design. Okay, okay, let's use that. So basically I'm typing all this out so that you guys can see how I go about it. it stayed there. Okay, so what I want to do right here right now is also drag one of these guidelines here. Then remember your shape tool while the text is selected, so I can drag it here. Okay, see, so basically if you want to turn your guidelines off, you can just click this tool here, or should I say this icon. You just click it and toggle on and off. See, okay, so far you guys can see that we're working with a neat design and it's very vivid. I can see the text here is white, so what I want to do is select my text and then make it white. Yo, yeah, I'm still busy with this tutorial, so I don't want to get up and go get some water. I'm just gonna leave this very organic, no edits, no nothing, so you guys can actually see it. I'm just gonna upload this just like that, so there's not gonna be any cuts, no edits, no nothing. Okay. So yeah, I think we left out one more. Okay, so what you want to do, we can see that this color here of this bottom text is blue, right? So what you want to do is you want to highlight all that, and then you look for the type of blue that you think fits it, right? So right now I'm gonna stick to maybe this blue and see if it pops. Yeah, it works. Okay, so next what you want to do right now, remember we're trying to work with all these tools here, so you can see how important that they are when it comes to designing. So you don't need all the other tools that are in here, you know. So we're basically covering all these tools in here. As you can see, the pick tool, transparency, color eyedropper, and all these type of, you know, tools that I feel are important. I don't know if there's a tutorial like this, you know, showing you the tools that are very important as a designer. Yeah, but otherwise I just felt like, you know, somebody needs this so they don't get lost in CorelDraw. And it's pretty easy, as you can see. Let's see, where were we? So yeah, I feel like we're getting there. So let me drag those onto this and then see. Yeah, everything lines up. If I drag this here, as you can see, yeah, everything lines up. I'm sorry, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring a guideline right underneath this. So basically what's next, remember what you can always do is since this shape is already created, you can always copy paste that and then use that, or you can actually go back to the rectangle tool and then drag, remember snap is on, so so when we're doing anything, it's gonna snap to the guidelines and the edges of the guidelines, you know. So right now I think that's a good thing. So what we want to do is we want to drag from here to here, and what I also want to do is I want to put a guideline on top of this so that when I drag, it snaps to that guideline, right? Cool. So basically I'm going to zoom in here. So basically we've created a rectangle. I want to make sure that, you know, like I said, I'm eyeing this, just using my eye, so so that you guys can see that yeah, you can do this. It's not really as scary as you think to design or to start designing as a graphic designer. Anyways, sorry for the cough. It's just that my throat is very dry. So let's fill this. This design has like, you know, really strict colors. So basically, it's almost like 4 different types of colors, or 5. So we're basically gonna stick to that. And yeah, remember we still want to round the edges. As you can see, this one has round edges, that has round edges, and it's round edges always makes the design, you know, stand out. So right now we're going to use the orange that we chose, okay? And then remember, once shape is selected, you're going to have the option to round your edges. But remember, if you change the shape into if you okay, let's right click on the shape and then we click convert to curves. If you convert to curves, you lose the option to round your edges. So always make sure you round your edges before you convert to curves. And converting to curves just means that now you have the option to use the shape tool to also, like, if I double click on here, I can basically drag it, or once I convert to curves, I can right click maybe on the edge, select to curve, and then I drag it, as you can see. But right now that's not what we're doing, so I'm going to go back to the normal. I clicked basically I clicked undo. Now we're back. Let's try 15, okay, and see if I'm happy with it. So basically there is a preview icon here. You can click on it and then just see how far you are. And what I want to do, anytime you make a new shape from here, it puts the contour color around it. Let me turn off the guidelines. You can see. So remember, we want to turn it off. What do? You select this shape and then you right click on this icon here. See, it takes it away. So basically, yeah, I like it. You can scroll up and down just to zoom out, you know. Yeah, what do you guys think so far? You enjoying the design? You enjoying the tutorial? Please don't forget to give me a like there, and also hit the subscribe button and the notification button. Yeah, so let's carry on. Where were we? Okay, so we need to create this font inside the rectangle here, or should I say the tool. The rectangle, remember we use the rectangle tool to create this, right? So then remember what I normally do is I copy paste the text just to make it easier for me. I stick to the same text, same font, you know, just to make it consistent, you know. Okay, so basically what you want to do is select any of the text right here, but I think I'm gonna select this one, copy, Control C, and then Control V. You can always also duplicate, but to duplicate, so basically I will show you what it means to duplicate. Before we get there, so I copy pasted. Now there is a, you know, copy of this. So what I want to do is I want to drag from the middle of it. What I like about CorelDraw is once you select anything, the shape or image or whatever, it gives you these things on the edges and in the middle, so you can tell where your center is and all. And if I drag and then I put it on this, you can see it also shows me that it's in the center right now, right? Okay, so then what I want to do, this thing is not in the middle, remember, it's almost, you know, to the left because of the arrow there. So right now I'm going to decrease this to maybe like say 12. Okay, I think I like that. And then continue with core. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe decrease this text size to maybe 10. Okay, that works. And then what we want to do right now is to create that shape there, right? So the best way to create that shape, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to use the rectangle tool, right? So basically the rectangle tool, as you can see, you need it for a lot of things. Okay, select the rectangle tool, And then what you want to do is, okay, so let's zoom in onto here, right? So you can see it's an arrow. So what we want to do is you click drag, and then just let's make this maybe 1. Is that enough? No, I don't think that's enough. You can also select the shape tool, and then you just drag, see, or you can always stick to like maybe using this where you type in, you know, the digits to, you know, make your roundness of the edges. So right now I use the shape tool just to drag it, and then I change the size of it, and then I make it white. If you can't find white here, what you want to do is you want to scroll up and down, right? Okay, and then I remove the edge, the contour line. Okay, so we created that. What you want to do, copy, paste, right? And then I'm going to drag to the center, right? And then you see this, I'm going to click on the shape. Once you click on the shape, it changes those icons on the side, which is for rotation, right? So I click for that to show, and then I drag that middle part to say maybe here. Do I want to drag it? Okay, let's take it to the end. Then what you want to do is you want to select, you want to put the mouse on this side, and then you hold control, say, okay, let's say you drag, and then you whilst holding say control, right? And then you just put it there, say right there, right? And then you copy paste that one, and then what you want to do is hold you hold control, and then you basically drag this part down like that. Or what you can do is, whilst that's selected, you see these two icons is to mirror vertically and horizontally. So you can just click the vertically, and then what you want to do is you want to drag here until it's like that. See how easy it is to create that arrow. Okay, let's just make sure that everything is solid, right? Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to group this these shapes that you've made here. So what you want to do is you want to click one of them first, and then you hold shift, and then you click that, and then you click that. As you can see, you've selected all three together, right? And then you click Ctrl G to group them. If you having problems with that, once all three selected, you can right click, and then you look for the group, and then you just click on the group, and now as you can see, you can move all three together. If you want to ungroup, you can right click, and then you go to ungroup all or ungroup, right? Or you can click Ctrl U to ungroup, right? So I'm happy with that icon that I've created there. So I want to hold shift and drag, so I can drag it in a straight line, right? But since it's here, I want to make sure that it's exactly in the middle, right? So what I want to do is make sure it's in the center, then drag it here, right? Should I make it a little bit smaller? Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what I want to do right now is to drag this. Remember, what I did was I selected all of them, I dragged, I click dragged, I left click dragged, selected all of them, and then I Ctrl G, I group them, right? So once all of them is grouped, you see that middle part, you want to drag it like that, and then you want to make sure you bring it to the rectangle, and when you say center, you leave it in the center, right? Let's just make sure it's in the center. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so basically we're winning right now. We're winning. I'm not gonna take lots of time here, but yeah, as you can see, the design is great. So basically what you want to do right now, I don't know if you guys want us to finish like all these icons here, but it's pretty straightforward, as you can see, using all these tools and what we've achieved here. So basically these, I would use the circle, you know, the ellipse tool. You want to click on the circle, and if by any chance you can't find these shapes, what you want to do is, you see any tool here with these small gray shapes to the right bottom edges, that means that you can click, hold, and then you see there's small tools in them. For instance, this is the transparency tool, right? So the transparency tool doesn't have that shape underneath there, so basically you can't really do much. So this is where the transparency tool also comes in, right? As you can see, we have a dark color underneath here. This is a dark color, right? And this is it's orange, but it's dark. What we can always do is you can use the color pick tool to maybe color pick here and then paste it here, right? You see we got that. Or what you can do, let's undo. You select that shape and then you select the transparency tool, and then you bring it down, right? Bring it down to, you know, how transparent you want it. As you can see, the color is not as vivid as before. So what we can always do is undo. But I feel like I like this. I like that orange that pops, so I'm going to stick to it, because then if I change that, then that means I have to change this as well, right? And then this, right, which looks exactly like this design on the left, but it doesn't pop as much, so I'll stick to these ones. So now you guys see how to use the transparency tool. You can also use the transparency tool just the same way you use the gradient, you know, as in click, drag, so you can see, and then you click on the other side, and then you just, like, you know, like that, alright? Or we can use the transparency tool like this. These options that pop up here, I like using the fountain transparency so that I can maybe use the, you know, like that, or like that, you know. So yeah, basically, as you guys can see, you can do lots of things, and CorelDraw, I would say, is the industry standard in most of the companies that I've worked for. So yeah, right now I'm gonna stick to these colors. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want us to finish all these icons, but anyways, let's do it. I don't want to make a long tutorial, so let's start with this one at the bottom. Remember what we did. Let's use the rectangle tool. So basically like that. Create one first. I'm gonna make let's say 5. Yeah, that should be fine. And then I'll make it let's make it that orange because it's orange. Remove the outer line black, then copy paste, and then hold Control, rotate it so that it rotates properly. If I don't hold Control, this is what it does. It's free, right? But Control locks it, you know. And then basically I'm going to group them. Once I'm done, I'll select all of them. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to ungroup here, copy one of these, and then group this. So basically one of the things that I like to do is when I'm designing, I like to keep like maybe a shape on the side like this. So just in case I need it, I don't have to go and ungroup again and, you know, and again and again. So basically say this right here, I'm going to I'll get water when I finish the tutorial. I don't want to get up now because I don't want to make any cuts or any edits in this tutorial. So copy paste. Let me make this straight again so I can maybe like make it small. Then see. Then let's just zoom in. Yeah, that should be fine. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the pen tool to create this, right? So basically I'm going to do this, all right? Yeah, you should always practice how to use the pen tool. It's nice to use the pen tool. If you don't know how to use it, it's gonna give you a hard time. But I feel like the pen tool is one of the best tools created. As a designer, you need to know how to use the pen tool. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy, and then I'll use the I'll use the shape tool to fix it up. Let me just click here. You know, as you can see, sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this, right? Because I mean, it's just a tutorial for you guys to understand how important these tools are. And then this, I'm just going to use the ellipse tool, the circle tool, and then I'm just gonna click drag. You know, a lazy person will just use the outer line. I don't like to use the outer line, so I'm going to show you something, right? So once you create the circle, what you want to do is remember, you can copy paste and then make that smaller, right? I want to show you something right here, right? So when you have these, okay, so let me make them different colors. So see the, and then let me fill them up. So I'm going to fill this, say yellow, and then I'll fill this the orange, right? Okay, so yellow is on top and then orange is at the bottom. So if I select both, these options pop up, right? So watch closely, right? If I select this one first and then I select this one, if I click here, you see what happens. If I select this and that, right? See, so basically you can always cut through the shape that's at the any of the shapes. But remember now, if I select both of them, this one says back minus. So basically it's cutting through the shape that's at the back. And then this one says front minus. So if I do that, it's not going to cut through it because why? It's bigger than it, right? So if I make this smaller and then I do that, you see it cuts through the one on top, right? So right now what we want to do is we want to cut through the one behind it. So then we do that. The yellow cuts through the orange. You see? Otherwise, one thing you can also do, instead of cutting through, you can always select that color at the back and then you do this so that, you know, it looks like you did something, so that you can always, you know, readjust all the shapes and things. So what I'll do is copy paste and then just do this, and then yeah, as you can see, I can see there is like this, there's this kind of thingy that connects both the shapes together like that, right? So if you still want to do that, you can always do that. Then I'll group these, right? Then what I want to do is I want to send this behind these. So what I want to do is right click on these shapes that I've created and then order behind. Which was the first shapes that I did was this one, right? So I'll just select that and then I'll group all of them. Can you see? So once again, we got another shape to create, or should I say icon? Yeah, I think that will do. And then what we want to do is this. Create a circle. This time what I want to do is I want to cut through it. Alright. So it's orange. But first, before I do, so here we're doing lots of cutting. So what you always want to do, that one has, so I just want to take this like that and then select both and then cut. Then once I'm done, I'll use this and then I'll just curve it out, right? I'll just okay, and then we do the same for the side, right? What you can always do is click on that line there, then you choose to curve and then you just drag it out like that, right? See, quite easy, eh? And then what we want to do is we want to create that star there. So we can go to common shapes. I don't even know if we should use common shapes. Okay, let's make it easier for ourselves. There's this shape. Otherwise, what we can always do, yeah, let's do this. Let's use the pen tool. So we're going to drag, hold like that, right? Then see, one of the things when you're designing small things, so basically sorry, okay, make it a hairline and then just cut this. Okay, so then what you want to do, copy paste, then rotate it and then just stitch them together and then select both of them. You see that icon, the weld, you weld them together. Now you got that logo done for yourself and that done for yourself. Sorry. See how easy they are, right? Okay, so here is another one for us. Okay, then I'll group them, right? Then I'm going to copy, right? Well, since we can't really see how those pieces look like, So what we're just gonna do is we're going to connect them like this. Alright. Then we're gonna copy both of these, turn them around, and then just bring them down. Okay. See, that works. Alright. Perfect. Then here's another one. Okay, so we can always use this, so we can create one from scratch. So we're gonna use this, right? And then let's choose a 5. And remember what we can always do, use the contour. Alright. Okay, the contour is too much. Let's see. Okay. Let's drag it out. And then what I want to do, let's make it a hairline so we can see what we're dealing with. Go back to the control tool. Okay. Then remember, where the contour was created, you right click, break them, then you select both of them. Alright? And then let's fill them with a color and then just break them. As you can see, we created that. And then what we can always do, create a new shape, rectangle shape tool. I'm going to make it a 5 again. And then what we can always do is create a circle, right, like that. Okay, let's fill this one and then see how big it is. Right, and I always drag like that. Okay, so basically I'm going to group these and then I'll duplicate them like that, so you can see. Yeah, so as you guys can see, we created all these icons from scratch. So you can see, I mean, this is like a pretty good full tutorial for you to make it easy for you on designing anything else, right? So I'll just drag them here. What I would do, let me turn on the guidelines. Then I'm just going to use the guidelines to, yeah. So pretty simple, right? And I designed all these right in front of you guys so you guys can see how it's done. See, pretty good, eh? So yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Please leave comments. If you have any issues, please leave it in the comments. I'll reply back. Basically, my plan is to help, you know, whether you're advanced, beginner, you know, getting your first time getting CorelDraw or whatsoever. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll reply, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep this as organic as possible. I'm not gonna make all these fancy edits and all these you know. So yeah, if you have any other tutorials or any questions that you want me to, like, you know, get into and all, I'll be really happy to help you. Yeah, but otherwise, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and hit the notification button. I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Cheers, eh?